Okay, so it's a real honor and a pleasure to be here with Gregor. No, you're not Gregor. You're no. You are Bruno.
I'm Bruno.
Bruno, what are you doing on this film?
I am doing everything.
Thank God you're doing everything. You know which button to push. But I mean, why do you want to have it in different formats?
The reason we're shooting in different formats is to honor as well as contradict Orson Welles by the way he used the different formats. By using different formats, we elevate the film to a height that wouldn't be achieved by just using one format. So we shoot a lot using this. And it really, when people hear that noise when you're filming them, it puts them in a different kind of state. Because you have to talk over it to hear yourself. So you have to talk pretty loud, and when you're talking loud, it kind of makes you think in a different way. And this camera I love because of how the picture looks. It gives it a look that really doesn't exist outside of this specific camera. So you have to spin it a lot, and yeah, this is one of my favorites. And here we have the Pixel, which is pretty interesting. And the Pixel is a toy camera, and it uses audio tapes to record, and it's really a great camera to use, especially for this film. Greg Gore said something really interesting, which was, we must harmonize with our brethren. And this film is called The Brother Side of the Wake. What Greg Gore was saying is that the film should be worthy, but at the same time unworthy. And I think it's interesting to call it the siren side of the wake, because in dreams, everything can be an interpretation. And I actually, right as I mentioned a siren, I hear a siren now. And what some would say the siren represents in dreams is turbulence in your mind. So whenever you hear a siren, you can look at that as a representation of your mind becoming turbulent. And sometimes it's good to be turbulent. Sometimes you want to hear the siren, and you should acknowledge what it means and then act on it. Greg Gore graciously gives us a first verse for nothing, but it is our task to finish the second, which must harmonize with the first, and not to be unworthy of its supernatural brethren. Now that quote is very important because it applies not just to the movie, but to life.
Bruno, what's the best thing for a human being?
The best thing for a human being is to follow in your intuition, because on a day-to-day basis you're going to be pushed by other forces into doing things you may not want to do. But I've found that you can achieve, the highest levels of existence if you follow your intuition. And I feel like anyone can achieve bliss and happiness if they allow themselves to.
If you were a chair, who would you want to sit on you?
If I was a chair, I would want my unborn child to sit on me, so they have a nice place to rest, and we get some bonding time. I would have to explain to them that Jerry Fialka turned me into a chair, and it's not permanent, hopefully. But if it was, we would adapt, and I would just, I would be a chair. My function would be to be sat on, hopefully by people who aren't too big, where, you get tired.
Very good. And tell me something good you never had and you never want.
Something I've never had and I've never wanted that's good is to be another person. I think it would be nice to maybe trade places with someone for a day, but I'm just happy as me.
That's good. Dude, that was really good. Okay.
Cool,
we can
cool.
continue. I just want to check in and put a stop there.
Yeah,
And
sure.
Bruno, that was brilliant because you know what?